To the girl who says, stay away from people who belittle you in a joking way. That shade is really jealousy.
Stay away from people that belittle you in a playful way. Yeah. When people try to say negative things, belittle you, insult you in a playful way or as a joke, it's not either of the things. It's exactly how they feel, but they're just trying to cover it up as a joke. And I will call someone out. Point blank, period. If you say something that insults me, I feel like you're trying to belittle me, I'm going to call you out because we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
Hey Rych Babes, it's Robyn Milan and welcome back to the channel where we live it the rich way. We think rich, get rich, and stay rich. Okay, let me just ask you this. Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, someone's always undermining you? Like they smile in your face but secretly try to make you feel small. Yeah, like let's really talk about it. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share as we're trying to grow this channel. And let's get right into this video.
Stop giving these people your emotions. They haven't earned it, they don't deserve it, and they're using it as a weapon against you. Stop being emotional. People don't know what to do with people who do not show emotion, who do not allow for others to feed on their emotions. They have no clue what to do with you. It throws them off their game. The game of trying to manipulate you, mistreat you, be toxic towards you, discriminate against you, retaliate against you. They don't know what to do with that. You're stable. You're emotionally stable. They have no clue. They sit there and they just look at you waiting for a response. And guess what? Don't give them one. That is your greatest strength right now. Staying in control. So do it. Stay in control. Don't feed the beast. Don't give them nothing to eat. You hear me? I need for you to confirm that you understand what I'm saying. So I need for you to place in the comments, not giving up my power. Not giving up my power. Write that in the comments. I need to check to make sure you understand what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, we do live in a world where people want to tear your self-esteem down. They want to see you sad and feeling insecure, but they want to do it in a way that doesn't directly address you. So they do it in a way that leaves you questioning, like, was that their intention? Was that their intention? Like, are these people talking about me? They leave you in this mental confusion, so you never have the mental space to clock what they're saying or clock what they're doing and, write them off as haters. It's in the moments that, for example, you have a pimple on your face and you overhear two of your coworkers or two of your friends or family members talking about how, they just started this clear skin routine. And I read up on Google, whenever you have pimples, that means you're not cleaning your face and you have clogged pores and all this negative stuff. Like, it happens in those moments where you're like, oh, maybe they're just talking about their skin routine. And the whole time they peeped the fact that you had a pimple and wanted to let you know, like, ew, we think you're dirty. Another example, you lose your job, or maybe you start working a job that you aren't happy with, you're miserable at, it's not paying a lot. And you tell somebody, you tell your friend, you tell a family member, you tell your partner even, and they know that you just got fired. They know you're working a low paying job that's barely paying the bills. And then suddenly in the next conversation the next day, they're bragging and bigging up one of their friends or somebody they know that just got a job and they're traveling and they make $10,000 every month and they're doing this and they're doing that and going this place and that place. Like, they're bigging up some random person to you, and it leaves you kind of feeling like, oh, okay, like, that's cool. And you think their intentions are pure, and the whole time they want you to feel less of yourself because they already know you got fired and you don't feel good. They already know the job you're at isn't paying well and you're not happy. So they feel like by bringing this other person in and bragging on this other person, it'll make you feel like everybody else is doing good except for you.
Is somebody undermining your authority every chance they get, making remarks that question your competence or your skills or knowledge in front of others? It's important to speak up in the moment with these folks so it doesn't erode your credibility and, worse, your confidence in your own abilities. Here are some quick comebacks that you can use. Thanks for your input on this one, but I'm confident in my decisions and leadership. Let's focus on working together as a team rather than questioning each other's authority. I understand your perspective, but ultimately, this decision falls under my responsibility. I'm open to constructive feedback, but undermining my authority isn't productive. I'm here to lead this project, and it would be great to have your support in achieving our goals.
Listen, stop trying to explain yourself to people who insist on misunderstanding you. I'm going to say that again. Stop trying to explain yourself to people who insist on misunderstanding you. I know I cannot be the only one that felt the need to explain to people, right? Because they were just misunderstood. They was misunderstood. I've been in situations where I was just so misunderstood, and I would continually try to explain to these people like, no, that's not what I meant. No, you taking out of context. No, you flipping my words. Listen, stop trying to explain yourself to people who insist on misunderstanding you, because there are some people that no matter how you explain yourself, no matter how you explain the situation, no matter how you tell them that it wasn't like that you didn't mean it this way, listen, they gonna insist on misunderstanding you. So stop explaining. In this season, stop explaining yourself to people, because there are some people that just they insist on misunderstanding you. They insist on misunderstanding you on purpose. They want to believe they want to believe their thoughts concerning you. They want to believe what they said towards you. And no matter how you try and veer their thoughts, their mind is already made up about you, baby. So listen, stop explaining yourself to people in this season. No more explaining yourself to people who insist on misunderstanding you.
So how do you deal with people who try to undermine you? First thing you need to do is address it directly. Do not let it slide. Let them know that you see the behavior. I see you and I see what you're doing, and I'm not going to tolerate it. I had to tell someone that this is not the way that I operate. If you want to get a response from me, I need you to do X, Y, and Z, and I need you to eliminate A, B, and C. This way we can have a healthy working relationship. We also need to ensure that we are not engaging in their negative communication. We're not going to lower our standards. We're going to maintain our standards. When they go low, we go high.
Here are 2 reasons why some people may switch up on you. Now, the first reason, they see you as a pet, and now they see you as a threat. Now, in the corporate world, this is called pet to threat phenomenon, but this is actually very common even in friendship groups and in family dynamics. So some people may see you as a young, likable, naive person. And like, for example, in the work environment, you might be a mentee and you have a mentor who takes you under their wing and they're showing you the ropes, showing you how things work in the company, giving you the ins and outs and showing you the things that are going to help you excel in your career, right? And then all of a sudden, when you do start excelling, all of a sudden, their mood shifts, their attitude shifts, the way they treat you, it starts becoming a bit of like they see you as competition. And you realize that now this person isn't as friendly as they were before. They were not as forthcoming with information. They're now trying to block your progress, and you're completely baffled because like, what happened? Well, they saw you as a pet that they could mold. That was someone who was not even really, didn't even know what they were doing. But then when you really started to come into your own and you were stepping into your greatness, now they see you as competition and they become your biggest rival.
Okay, my love. So here's the truth, Rych Babe. People undermine you because they see something in you that they didn't see in themselves. And instead of just leveling up, they try to pull you down. Psychology calls this projection. When people can't deal with their own insecurities, they project them onto you. So if they feel small, they'll try to make you feel small. If they feel incapable, they'll question question your own abilities. And sometimes it's subtle. They'll laugh when you share your goals. They'll say, "Are you sure you can actually do that?" They'll downplay your accomplishments or act like what you did wasn't that big of a deal. That's minimizing, which is another psychological tactic. They will shrink your success to protect their ego. Their undermining isn't really about you. It's about them protecting the fragile version of themselves that feels threatened by your growth. And once you understand that, you'll stop taking it personal.
Stay far away from people who try to intentionally misunderstand you or not take accountability for the things that you bring to them. It's one of the hardest jobs ever. I'm talking about astrophysicists hard. Like, these people will intentionally misunderstand you, and you could be clear as day about what you want, what bothers you, what you're feeling, and they will go back and forth with you and act like they don't understand. Or you got the people that go tit for tat. Oh, why should I do that for you when you don't do that for me? But they never said they wanted you to do that for them. They're only stating they want that from you now because you said you want it from them. And then you go back and forth in a circle to nowhere. And guess what? You never get what you initially came to them with. The problem is never solved. And they do this on purpose. Stay away from these people. They are exhausting.
This is how you deal with people who are committed to misunderstanding you in 60 seconds or less. You don't. And here is exactly why y'all need to start running from people like this. There's a belief that if you say it differently or you show up differently or you use a different tone, it will get through someone's hard ass skull. That is not true. When someone is committed to misunderstanding you, they just don't respect you. And quite frankly, they don't like you, point blank, period. Instead of you focusing on that person understanding, you need to start asking yourself, why am I okay with having the same conversations with someone who obviously doesn't want to understand what I'm saying? Why am I okay with seeking validation from someone who obviously doesn't want to validate me? The understanding you're looking for, you have. You got it yourself. The validation you're looking for, you have. You gave it to yourself. The only thing you'll achieve by dealing with someone who's committed to misunderstanding you is suffering. And there's no gold medal for that. So instead of suffering, choose self-respect and choose to walk away.
That person who belittles you, who makes you feel small, who puts you down, who points out your flaws, who focuses on your vulnerabilities and then uses them against you, even if they celebrate some of your wins or celebrate some of your strengths, that person who continually puts you down and makes you feel small is not a friend, is not somebody who cares about you. That is somebody who cares most about their own ego. Their ego is so massive, so inflated, you will never get through to that person. That person's ego is so big that they have become, their arrogance has blinded them. You will never get through to them, and they will never care about you the way that they care about their ego. So step out of that person's orbit and start focusing on your own orbit.
Y'all ever had a conversation with someone who tried to belittle you and insult your intelligence throughout the whole conversation? I'm talking about those people who ask you rhetorical questions and they already know the answer to those questions and they know you already know the answer, but they still ask it anyway. I'm talking about those condescending people. Like, who you think you're talking to? Who you think you're talking to? Those people are so annoying.
The next time someone disrespects you, they have the audacity to be out of line with you. You're not going to fumble. You're going to repeat after me. You're going to save this. You're going to rehearse this in the mirror. You're going to pause firstly, let them sit in it for a couple of seconds, make it awkward. And then you're going to say, do you treat everyone like this, or are you explicitly asking me to tolerate it?
And Rich Babe, let's go deeper because this is bigger than just shady comments. Consistent undermining can chip away at your confidence if you don't catch it. Over time, you start to second guess yourself. You start to wonder, am I really that good? Maybe I am asking for too much. That's how undermining works. It plants seeds in your mind. But here's what I need you to remember. People who undermine you already see your potential. They just don't want you to see it too. Psychology calls this social comparison theory. Like we naturally compare ourselves to others, but when people feel like they're losing, quote unquote, in that competition, they'll attack instead of applauding. So, my lovelies, instead of actually shrinking like they want you to, I want you to reframe it. Every time someone undermines you, like let it be confirmation that you're doing something worth noticing, that you're shining in a way that's making them uncomfortable. Their discomfort is proof of your glow up. Like now, I know it's tempting to clap back because surely I do that. Quick, fast, and hurry. I'll cuss your ass out, okay? I will cuss you the fuck out quickly because, like, who the fuck are you talking to? Okay. Listen, when you clap back to prove yourself, right? To argue your worth. But let me just tell you that your results will always be louder than your words. Okay, just like in the last video, I felt like some of y'all tried to avoid that last video because I said nobody cares. Stop telling your story and just win. Okay, because nobody cares about your story until you win. All right. And people, like I mentioned in the last video, is that people are results driven. They could talk shit all they want to, but when you can show them the numbers, because numbers do not lie. All right. When you can show them numbers, okay, what else can they say? What can they say? Oh, okay. You actually, yes, I am that shit. I am that girl. Like, who the fuck is you talking to? Did you forget? Okay, let me remind you. Here's my stats. Here's my stats. They can't even get the stats that you can get, but they want to undermine you because they want to try to make it seem like you are lower than what you think you are. But that's not true. That's not true. That's why I said a lot of times people don't care about your story. They don't care about you. Just win. Because either way, they're going to talk about you. Okay, even when you are winning, they probably gonna say, "Oh, somebody helped her." So it don't even matter. It don't even matter. Do not argue your worth. Okay, even I'm talking to myself too. Just saying, oh, okay, is better than actually, you know, going off cussing people out and just taking all your energy. So, I had to learn, okay? Still learning, all right? But I do feel like when you just say okay, it's better to do that than to go off on somebody, because at the end of the day, really, they just want to see your reaction and they want to make it seem like you're the problem, because then when you clap back for real, then it's like, oh, you're taking it too personal, you're taking it too seriously. But you said something that was truly out of line, like maybe not all the time where someone's undermining you. It depends on what they're saying, because a lot of times they go crazy with their comments and it's like, wait a minute. And then sometimes you can just be like, you know what? All right, watch me, bitch. Watch me. Because you don't know who I am. And I feel like they always try to find a target person to try to come at. And because they think that you are the easier target, right? But you're not. So when you do hold yourself up and actually defend yourself in a way, whether you're cussing them out or whether, whatever, however way you stand up for yourself, they like, oh, wait a minute, I thought she was just going to take it. No, she's not going to take it. You get what I'm saying? Like, she's not going to take it. And then all of a sudden, now that she's not taking it now, she's the problem because she is defending herself because you just disrespected her. Like, make it make sense. But yes, honey, yes. Don't worry about arguing your worth. All right. Like I said before, your results will always be louder than your words. Silence and execution is the ultimate clapback, girl. No, for real. Like, because when your glow up is undeniable, the same people, like I said, who undermined you will have no choice but then to respect you, because numbers do not lie. Okay. Some people might be buying the numbers, okay, which is stupid, but I'm just saying, real numbers don't lie. And let's also talk about boundaries, Rich Babes. Like, you don't have to keep people in your circle who consistently undermine you. I am an Aquarius. I am a big believer in sitting by yourself. Fuck these hoes. Do you hear me? Fuck these hoes. You don't have to sit with people just because you are afraid to sit by yourself. Sit by yourself. Eat by yourself. Drink your coffee by yourself. Sit in your car by yourself. Whatever you got to do. Sit by yourself. Be comfortable with yourself, especially when you see like a group dynamic and you're like, hold up. Like when you see it in a group and you're like, wait a minute. So I'm telling you, learn to sit by yourself. Because that's not friendship, that's not love, that's sabotage. You're literally sitting in the mess and you know it's a mess and you know how it makes you feel, and you're just allowing them to keep doing what they're doing because you keep taking it. No, say what you need to say, or quietly remove yourself, or say what you need to say and then remove yourself. And that's that. You don't have to prove to anyone, like, because I'm going to sit right here or whatever in this whole group. I just feel like, listen, if it ain't affecting your money and you ain't got to work with them with your money, let it fly. And even if you do got to work with them, you know, listen, do your job and that's it. You don't have to be friends with these people because all you're doing is self-sabotaging. Like, that's it. And when you keep people like that too close, whether it's friends, family, co-workers, spouses, whatever, right? It eats away at your confidence slowly. Okay? Definitely. And protect your peace. If someone can't celebrate you, they don't deserve access to you. Okay? If they can't celebrate you at all, let them go. But remember, my loves, like, undermining is not a reflection of your lack. It's a reflection of their fear. Fear that you'll pass them, right? Fear that you'll expose what they haven't done. Fear that your proof more is possible. And instead of being inspired, they try to drag you back down to their level. But you, girl, Rich Babe, the one that's listening, you're not staying small for anyone. Your glow up is too important. Your purpose is too heavy. Your bag is too secure. Okay, who the hell am I talking to? All right. Like, let these people undermine all they want. Because at the end of the day, you're not here to prove them wrong. You're here to prove yourself right. Okay? So the next time someone tries to downplay you, remember, their words don't define you. Your work does. Okay? Your numbers do. So keep building, keep shining, all right? And let the glow up speak for itself. Because one day, those same people who undermine you will be the ones asking how you did it. And when that day comes, all you're going to say is, I believed in myself and I didn't stop. Period. So that's the rich way, babe. Think rich, get rich, and stay rich. And never let anyone make you feel small again. All right. So if this hit you and you are ready to stop shrinking and start executing, listen, girl, I've got it for you. All of my resources to help you glow up, build digital income, and step fully into her is right here. The link is down in the description box below, girl. So I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Until next time, rich babes, stay rich. Love you.